Okay, welcome back to my channel. Last week I talked about trying to update the channel every week for now. So let's see what we've been up to. I'll share my screen now. Yeah, so last week I talked about this idea on Bitcoin that I closed out some of my positions around there. I was, trying to look for another reason to re-enter the trade. I ended up not entering the trade again, and you can see how it played out, right? So this week actually I signed up on a new broker because it's regulated, right? The ones I've been using, I noticed it's offshore, so I decided to give one of regulated brokers a trial, and the one I used is SNES, and I just put like nothing much, just $200 there to see how their spreads and account types and all. Um, and then you know what they say about ideas, like ideas they are cheap, right? Execution is expensive. So last week I committed one of my trading sins. Okay, most of the things I always say or I write them in my journals, don't do this. I ended up doing a lot of them. And what are those things? I'm talking about over risking, over trading, FOMO, right? FOMO into buying and panic into selling. What else? I think that's all. That's exactly what happened to me. Um, Actually, let me share because I was saying last week, okay, if I sign up on these brokers, I was looking at all these brokers here on, all these brokers here, you can integrate them, so that you can be trading on trading view too. But I was not comfortable with their deposit method. Like it's really not friendly for me. So, but SNES is really like user friendly. So, and they're regulated as well. So I decided to go for them, but there's no way to, integrate it into trading view. But then I downloaded the MT5. This is the MT5, right? You can see the real account. I actually opened up a demo and I did one or two things there. And yeah, so this was what happened to the account. Let me go to the history. Um um custom, custom, all entire history, yeah, entire history. Okay, okay, so yeah. So you can see the total deposit on it and the current um profit and loss or something. So it's negative 83. I think the last time I did this calculation is like 30% drawdown, right? But let me just do the calculation again. Q4 is 83, right? Is what percentage of 357? Yeah, 357. Let's see. 23% drawdown. 23% drawdown. And this happened as a result of over trading and over risking. It's just as simple as that. Yes, and another thing was going through the losses, I realized I was also, trading against the trend. So these are things that I always say I won't do and ended up doing them, right? So I hope this week we're going to do better, and then I'll update you guys on the situation of things next week. So what am I looking at this week? I'm looking at Bitcoin is really crazy. Like I don't know. Look at the situation of things. Let's just go to the weekly time frame. Like people that have been trading Bitcoin, this thing has not really moved. Okay, it's just inside this place for the past how many months. But yeah, if I see any opportunity to short it, I'll keep shorting, because as long as the monthly, weekly, daily time frame is concerned, we're in a downtrend, right? Then another thing I'm looking at, again, let me hide this panel. It keeps on popping up. Disable, hide floating meeting controls. Okay, I just did that. Yeah, another thing I'm looking at, which I already took in one of my accounts. I really don't want to share that account yet, but this was the idea, right? Gold. Um, on monthly time frame, it really came to an area of value where the risk is very, very small compared to the reward, right? Anytime I'm trading against the trend, like anytime I'm trading against the overall trend, market needs to be at an area of value where the risk is very, very small compared to the reward. That's number one thing that will make me consider it. Then another thing is, if maybe during Asia, right, the current daily candle is already breaking the previous daily candle. I've noticed that, like, with most of the instruments I trade, when Asians they break the daily, somehow the candle just ends up closing bullish at the end of that day. So that's another thing. So I was looking at gold, and I noticed that that day, let me refresh. Oh God, my network is kind of slow. Okay, so this was what happened that day. Let me zoom in. Okay, this was what happened that day. Right, you can see how this current daily candle broke the low of the previous day. I was awake during Asia, and I think I caught 50 pip. It was 50 pip move. I remember this trade, and then closed out, and I was waiting, right? Just waiting. And some people that took risk, they took a buy here, and then their stop loss was like 50 pips or 60 pips, because on the monthly, the market, the current month is still respecting the previous month, right? So I was like, why not? Let's just, call the trade. And then some people took the trade. Then me, I was just waiting for confirmation, right? My confirmation was I needed a break of structure, right? I needed to see a break of structure. And when that happened, here, around here, yeah, and then the market starts to push up. But then let's not forget that this is a downtrend, but it's still a downtrend, so it's counter trend. But then the market is at area of value where the risk is small, right, compared to the reward. So that that's what I'm looking at for gold. And this, I have a chart of US 30, and I trade just one stock in this, right? US 30 or NAS, and or US 500, but I don't trade them like the two of them at the same time. So anytime I have a chart of this, that means I'm not looking at NAS, because they all move the same way, right? All of them, they are still in a downtrend. So I'm seeing all this move up as it's just a retracement, right? So let's see what's going on weekly, right? Still a downtrend, right? And it's coming to this other block on weekly. Then daily, yeah. Okay, the other block on daily would be this one at 32,168. So I would say any price action, any bearish price action around here would be a very, very premium entry to short, the stocking days, because we are still in a downtrend. Irregardless, we're still in a downtrend. So let me go to the forward time frame and see what's going on. Yeah, I mapped out this area because I had this ray here before, because I've not gotten involved yet, right? I need the market to clear these zones, so that I love this zone a lot. Clean traffic to the left, and how many pip range is this? Is like 1,200 pip. Okay, this zone 1,200 pips. So this is what I'm looking at this week, and that's all. Bitcoin, if I see any opportunity to short, I'll keep shorting. Then gold, buying the retracement, and then if I see any bearish price action around here, then we'll keep shorting, because the market's still in a downtrend. So that's it. Next week I would update on the situation of things regarding this new account, this new broker. Then let's see how we can recover this. Right now is in 20. What percent did we check again? 23.2% drawdown. So yes, so see how we try to be disciplined, to be more disciplined and not over risk, right? Over trade and all that. So yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for stopping by. Stop sharing.